We're working on something bigger than we've ever done before. It's bigger than this, and this, and even this. We're creating over 200,000 jobs by investing in Australia. That'll help get our super and the economy growing again. And if you're with one of these, you're a big part of it.
And I'll jump straight into this one. I simply love this creative for several reasons. It has a really relatively low production value, and it's on point when it comes to reminding and refreshing this brand's long-term branded assets. They know what they're doing, they know what their brand is, and they continually invest in these assets. Even from the opening scene, you can see it's a different setup to what many different ads are currently running on today's screen. So as a result, it gets your attention. Once you have it, even once you've got it a little bit, you can form memories on the back end of it. You don't need more and more attention, because more attention doesn't necessarily correlate with deeper memories.
Yeah, we talk about that kind of stuff all the time, where there's this mistaken belief that engagement or attention equals learning. And the two are very much not synonymous. Disengagement means no learning. So if you have no attention, you ain't going to learn a thing. But once attention even just moderately ticks over, then you have the same potential to learn, to form a memory as anyone else. So if you got me at a scale of 0 to 10 of attention, at 0, 1, I ain't gonna learn a thing. But anything 2 to 10, so long as you play the game right, once you've got my attention, if you do the right steps, boom, I'm gonna remember what you're doing.
Well, I think that's such a valid point, because there's so many ads today that are focusing majority of their energy just trying to get attention. This is why I love this ad. It hasn't tried to go out and get a huge amount of attention. It's really focusing on its core value proposition. And it's also got a nice little intrigue statement that also pulls you in. It leverages a trusted advisor strategy. Greg Combat, I hope that's how you say his name, but Greg is the chairman of Industry Super. He comes across really genuine. He's trustworthy. He's relatable. You know,
I was going to say that was a good move on their part. It's very clear he's not an actor. It's very clear he wasn't hired for his acting skills, but because he was just a normal dude talking to camera, and you're like, all right, if you're giving me the message, this is good stuff. And lo and behold, you like the guy at the end of that. The timing of it, that was one of the best parts of this ad, is you bring this guy out in the middle of a normal day, and chances are people are going to go, oh, who cares? It's silly. Who knows? But during this COVID period, when we're really, really sensitive to relationships and am I being lied to? And we're really, I don't want to say uncertain, and I don't want to say cynical, but news coming at us, we're not taking it as seriously anymore. We have our walls up. And for this guy to then come out during this time, break through those walls, that was just like a perfect bit of timing on their part. You couldn't have reached Australians at a better moment to say, hey, we're normal, we're natural, you can believe in us, you can trust us, boom.
It runs a really subtle but nice promise proof structure. Like, it's promising, 200,000 jobs, and it's demonstrating all the jobs that it's previously been in. It just builds and builds and builds. And as a result, like, during the ad, the brand, it feels big, it feels safe, it feels good for Australians, good for your super. Like, it's got mass appeal, and even the tagline, we're all in it together. It just really brings it all together in that essence.
They actually made another move, and I don't know if they intended to do this, which was, again, perfectly timed. Their whole ads up until now, for at least what I can remember, are people in jobs showing you the symbol. And that's cool, but their little hand thing. And that's cool, but you really quickly forget that the purpose of, especially superannuation, is to invest in large projects. The jobs are definitely a part of it, but it's the projects themselves that give back to all of us. So I'm not the one in need of a job, but this project you're building is actually giving back to me, A, in my super, B, in the fact that now I have a social place to interact with other people. That message has gotten really kind of lost in the last couple of years. And that's largely because people understand what superannuation is, so they don't have to keep telling you what it is. But every once in a while, you need to remind people, look at what we're actually doing. We're building new runways at your airport so you can travel easier. It was this perfect reminder of super isn't just cute people with jobs having a good time laughing with some music behind them. These are real projects. These are real things that are making Australia big, and these are real things that we're investing your money in. So be a part of it. And I just thought, now the reason I call it perfectly timed is if you don't know what super is, if you didn't have a background in it, you'd see this ad and you'd still have no idea what superannuation is. It didn't teach you what it was. It didn't take you back to the basics. So it requires enough prior knowledge in your viewers to be able to draw the link to say, oh yeah, I remember that's what superannuation is. It's not just that song about being in this together. And so if they would have done this when the superannuation was brand new, or if they were a new company, probably wouldn't have worked. But the fact that they've had the last couple of years sowing the seeds, we all know the facts, we all know the details. Now, when you change gears, we have enough knowledge coming in that we can link it together, form our new memory, and say, now I get what you're trying to do. And I just thought that was, honest to God, as an outsider who never thinks about super and turns those commercials off, this was the first time I watched a commercial and said, damn, that's important. Thank you for showing me what my money is actually doing, not just making silly commercials. And it was so timely and necessary.